Captains, welcome back to another episode. If you're watching the last one, our plane broke up in the air as I was diving down towards the airport, and we kind of just lost it. So there we are. Very sad. But getting back to our mission in hand, which is to update the sim. We've seen some fascinating changes in the sim, and the most recent addition is I've added, as you can see, active sky, just active sky, no cloud. I haven't put the cloud art in because I won't be using them textures in the future, but I've put in active sky, and I've also put in a little program called My Traffic Professional, which will handle all the AI traffic in the sim. So now, we were having a problem, which after this flight, we're going to go to DFW because I was having some texture problems with that sim. It was showing wrong textures and everything like that. So we will have a check over at DFW, which will be a great opportunity to see how the AI traffic is being handled. Now, one important thing to note when using this whatever it's called, My Traffic Professional, is there is a something you've got to do, which I believe is in no, it's not in this one, it's in the actual program itself. In prepared, you've got to go into, I think it's scenery, and I think it's world. Where is it? World. And scenery again, and there's a couple, here we are, there's a couple of files that you've got to, there it is, that traffic aircraft, it's got to say off, okay? If you don't click it off, then you're going to have the computer's AI put into the sim rather than the program's AI traffic system. So it's just going to be a complete mess. So turn that off, and then in My Traffic Professional, you get that's and you know, it's an okay program. You can create your own routes of airline doing their own things, which I'm still trying to get in there because my favorite airline is British Caledonian. So if there's anybody who can help me sort that out, that'd be great. So using Active Sky, that's now been installed, as has the Traffic Professional, which I don't expect to see any traffic at this airport. We are at our usual airports of Florida, and I don't expect to see any planes flying around this airport because it's only a small airfield. So let's take off. The brakes set on. Let's take off, and let's see how the weather, which is live at 10 o'clock. I've set the time for 10 o'clock, but this it's probably about actually 10 o'clock in Florida right now. I'm recording this at about 20 to 8 in the evening of the UK, so probably, yeah. So that's the only major change in the sim really is, oh gosh, that's a bit of a climb there, is the weathering. Now I've noticed a big difference already. Okay, this hasn't got Rex Skyforce in it yet. We haven't put in the Rex environment textures, but the way the clouds are laid out, it is already a big difference, because before they were kind of like popcorn. They were kind of like scattered in the sky. Now it's like an all over layer thing. And really our frames haven't taken that much of a hit. I'm averaging between 20 to 30 frames, so I'm still getting my 25 frames, which is good. It is now looking a bit, when I pan, if I go outside, it goes up and it goes down. So the frames aren't perfect, and we are not going, I believe, in the right direction here for where we want to land, are we? Because evidently the runway's to the right here. Hang on a second, what's happened here? We've never had to go this way. I think we've taken off from, what? Yeah, we've usually taken off from this runway here, and then we head out over here and then have to turn. it's put us at a completely different runway. So, oh well, there's some planes down there. Let's have a look. Oh, Eglin Air Force Base. Yes, it's a military aircraft base. That's why we ain't going to be seeing any airplanes take off from that one. I completely forgot it's an Air Force Base. Okay, so let's come down here, because I think we're getting a bit too high for the approach. Now, this airport over here may have some, oh hello, some lightning over there. May have some aircraft hiding, who knows, we'll see. One thing, oh hello, we've got a fighting Falcon just gone above us there. My gosh, F-16 has just hovered above. I hope he's not after us. One thing I did notice though, after I popped in a few things, gosh, hope it's not going to start peeing it down with rain here. One thing I did notice is my water. In the very first video, my water was pretty cool looking. It's back, here we go, it's back again. It was it was like this. But then after I installed PTA Assistant, the reflectiveness of this water, like you see now, died. Okay, and I'm like, where's it gone? And if you go back in the videos, you'll notice that the reflectiveness does sort of go a bit. And I was like, I did actually quite like it in the early videos. Where has my water gone? My reflective water. And I went into the PTA Assistant folder, opened up the actual program, and there was all these other tick boxes that you can do now. When I popped in both Matt Davies and Tomato Shade, it's their presets. Obviously, it had said, like, you know, take off these reflections a little bit. So I tweaked a couple of settings in there, and they're back. I do like that reflectiveness of the water. I think it really does look nice. So I'm glad it's back. Yeah, the clouds, like, they really go off into the distance here, and really add like a haze to the atmosphere, and you know, they really do, I think, blend well. Active Sky does, I mean, we never had lightning before when we were flying this, and Florida is quite a, whoa, gosh, Florida is quite, I hope we don't get struck by lightning. Florida is quite a, what's the word for it, you know, like a weathery place. They do have hurricanes, they do have stormy weather. I flew into Miami once, and it was just an absolute storm, so we are way too high, I think. Let's get some distance down here. I definitely want to get down below these thunderstorms. As soon as we land here, we're going to head over, and as soon as we park up on the taxi, we're going to head over to DFW, check out what's over there, and then I believe, I mean, all we're really looking for is the new traffic system I put in, and the new weathering that I've put in. And I tell you, this does show off the weathering. This is scary stuff here. This is definitely, you know, I mean, it's a nice, beautiful day, but gosh. It's a nice, beautiful day, but it's also, you know, very thundery. It's very tropical, stormy weather here. So, I think it's saying we're a bit too high, but to be honest, I think I'm a bit too low. I'm almost going to land on that 14 rather than the little things after it. Here we go. Coming in. Oh, we've stalled it. Oh, that was a bosh. That was a very heavy landing, that one. Yeah. So, I guess we're not really going to be seeing any airlines at this airport either. We need to go down to the next, not this taxiway, but the next one, in order to see the buildings like they were from the last time we were here. Speed up a little bit. The next. Oh gosh. It's really, yeah, stormy weather, isn't it? Here we go. This is the one. The environment does look a lot different. We've still got them trees. They still look as great as ever, you know. And yet we've still got we've got these new terraflora trees, and oh look, they fixed the house up. That's good. They got the new terraflora trees. I think it's flooding here because I can see water here. What is going on here with the scenery? There's water. Is this airport flooding? What is happening here? Something tells me that this airport is going down. There's water on the field here, by the looks of it. Jeez. Right. Okay, well there we go. That's our default airport of Eglin Field to wherever we are now. So let's end this one and go to... Oh no, we didn't need to do that really, did we? We could just skip to DFW. Now, every time I've done this, it's taken a while. That's the one thing I have noticed with putting in the MyTraffic Professional and Orbix, is that it takes quite a while to load up the sim with all the textures and everything that it has to put in. It does take quite a while, and I don't know why. I guess it's loading in like more. It can't be loading in more. Oh dear, what's happened now? Oh, right. Okay. Well, off you go then. And we'll start you again then, I guess. Never mind. We're back again. Okay. Yeah, that's... I'll be interested now with this DFW because we had some problems playing at DFW, but also that crash is the first time it's ever happened. So we want to go with Active Sky weather theme, and we really want to load a flight plan as well, because it'll then load up in Active Sky, I believe. So let's just load up going to DFW, and it's just a fly around. We're not even going to land, probably. So just type in the same route, which shouldn't really have a problem finding this route now. And we're going to just like 3,000 feet or something. If that, 3,000, it's all visual. So there we go. Okay, give it a name, save it. Do you want to move your aircraft? Yes, I do. And oh, look at this. What's this? We got some. Oh no, that's the prepared. So we should be on the map. That should jump to there once I've clicked OK on here. We should now be jumping across, and there we are. So if we scroll in on this, we can monitor. It's very cloudy by the looks of it. We can see where we're flying, all these other airports surrounding. Traffic, probably best not to click that on. Visibility, winds blowing to the east. So, yeah. And if we come out of this and click visit, where's the, oh yeah, clouds. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. Clouds, yeah, it was already on. Yeah, sorry, I wanted to know where the clouds are. So we'll keep that like that because we're only going to be really flying in and around this area here. Visibility, wind is 100 at 8 knots. Visibility 10 miles plus. Clouds are broken at 4,000 feet, which is good because we're staying under 3,000 feet, really. So we don't even have to really worry about the weather. Okay. So yeah, one thing I noticed as well with this section is when I first load up P3D, it takes a little bit longer now on that splash screen before getting to the next part. And that's understandable because I'm beginning to load in things. And sometimes I'm loading in things that I don't actually mention in the video, like a lighting system. I also put in on this one, which you'll never see, so there's no point in mentioning it, Europe Sim Lights, I think it's called. And it's a night lighting system for all the roads and everything on top of Orbx. So I haven't put that in the description, and I won't mention it only for the fact that if we were to fly at night, which we're not, you know. So there are other things I do load in. So here we should be able to see a lot more traffic than we had previously. So if we go outside our plane and have a little scan round, I know the frames have definitely taken a hit here. Yeah, we're on like 20 frames. And that's, I totally get that because we've got loads more planes happening here now than we did previously. And they're all going to be taken off, or some are going to be taken off. So yeah, we've got some Air Canada, some Delta now, American Airlines. What else we got? All sorts of different aircraft. Ones that fly out of Dallas on a regular basis, so that's why. Right. Park and brake off. Let's go check out to see if the sim is corrected. I can definitely, it's really getting jittery now at this airport. But as we move away from this airport, that's going to correct itself. It's a little bit windy here. That will correct itself. It's only because of the traffic that I've installed. DFW is a big airport, and I haven't even put in DFW airport yet. Gosh, the wind here is horrendous. We're getting knocked to the right completely. Let's take off here, see what we can do. Gosh. Yeah, we're on like 10 frames per second here, so the takeoff isn't exactly great. God, I want to stall it in a second. Move down. There we go. So the frames per second are a little bit thingy. So, I should have my roads back though. Last time we flew over here, I noticed all the roads had disappeared. There was these black texture tiles appearing, and it looked like like a nightlight system was being put in place. Oh god, look at that airport. The airport's looking good now. It's busy with planes everywhere. I think I might need to turn it down a bit because there's planes literally at every terminal, and that's also affecting my frames. But yeah, so if we fly over this little section that we're coming up above here, the roads were gone. It was just like they were on a green grass trackway, and all the texturing over here, I think it was where that water was, to be honest, was skew iffy. So I did two things to fix it, and I did fix it. So as you can see here, the roads are back. They're no longer traveling along. They're all on actual roads now. Okay. The first thing I did was uninstall Orbx Global, because Global is where these roads have come from. Orbx Global has placed these down, has put the traffic on top, and is also handling the placement of these buildings here on top of the P3D default mesh. So that road system there and the tiling or the texture system here is all P3D default terrain, but all these buildings here are what Orbx have actually placed down on top, and that's what was missing. That's what was getting messed up. That lake was all like weird, and basically the default terrain of the sim was not being able to come through. And so I uninstalled Orbx Global using the FTX Central 3 configurator, removed it completely from the sim, and re-downloaded it and reinstalled it. And then that fixed the road errors that we saw. Then I went back into PTA and I reinstalled PTA Assistant with the shaders, and that seemed to fix the discoloration as well. So we were all good to go. Look at the haziness of Dallas over there. That's pretty cool. Frames have increased now that we're moving away from DFW Airport. The clouds, the skies now are alive. They look a lot better. Go back to previous videos. The skies were very barren, very bare. But what we're running now, Active Sky, is a lot better. It really does bring in that live weathering view. And the My Traffic Professional that I'm using, it's I got it for free off a site that was that had it on there. Now, I'm not planning on using it forever because really it's an old program. It's an old software program, and so I don't really plan on using it. I don't really plan on using it indefinitely. I really want to use, I think it's called Traffic Global Live. It's in early access at the moment on the Just Flight website. So I want to be using that because it's actually going to be designed for P3D version 4, and so it's going to have better use for frames. You know, the trafficking system in here is what's really slowing the sim down right now. I'm getting 12 frames per second, which is no good. You know, and then imagine loading a PMDG flight on top of that. So that's just going to be no good. Although I do like these model planes here. Although they only seem to be about 2 or 3 different types of planes, which is a bit weird. I guess only 2 or 3 different types of planes fly out of Dallas, is it? I don't know. It's a bit strange. But that's what it is. I'm sure every airport has different planes. I think the one airplane that I'd just love to see, which I haven't seen, is the British Caledonian textured planes. That's my favorite airline. It's one that I flew on. Oh gosh, let me give it some more juice here. We're going down. It's one that I flew on as a kid. It's my favorite airlines, and I always try and insert that into every sim that I've had. But this one, I'm finding it very tricky. I have got some skins that I can use, but it's replacing textures and downloading planes that weren't designed for P3D version 4, hoping that they'll work just so I can get that skin. There are planes that I've got, like the DC-10, the BAC-111, that have got the textures of British Caledonian, but that's my plane, and it's like I want to see other planes with the same texture. So that's one of my missions. So I guess we've seen DFW. Let's just quickly shoot to the airport of Birmingham, because the frames will be slightly better in Birmingham. My hometown. Right, let's get this sucker off the ground. Park and brakes off. Frames should be a lot better here than DFW. DFW has always played havoc on my system when taking off from it. So this one looks a bit better. Clouds look a little bit more subtle on the horizon there. Everything's a little bit more subtle. I think what we're going to try something actually while we're here. We're going to turn the traffic down because I've got it set to 65. So let's put it down to 15. General aviation down to 10. And we'll keep that at low and see. It's not going to make a massive change right now, but my frames have already shot up because of that. So there we go. Let's take off, and it'll start correcting itself as time goes on. So yeah, there's a few airplanes that I think might have disappeared. And let's put the flaps up. So, did the flaps actually come up? Yeah, they must have done. Right. Is that working? Yeah, that's working. Throttle to the metal. Okay. So let's turn around here, and we're going to do a pass over the airport, and then I'm going to change the sliders on the traffic. Oh gosh, if we actually make it. I'm going to change the sliders on the traffic to, oh gosh. I'm not really concerned about how I'm flying. I'm just trying to get over the airport, to be honest. So Here we are. Let's do a flyover here. See what kind of airplanes are on the ground. We're at about 30 frames per second at the moment. Control tower's off to our right there. So coming down low here, we've got about 5 planes at various terminals. Ryanair, a blue, a red. That's about it really. So, I mean, there's not that many planes that fly out of Birmingham, but Birmingham doesn't seem to have that big an airport. But it was a bit bigger. What is that? Hovering in the air above, I don't know. What is that? It's gone now, so maybe it's just a reflection. Oh, I don't know what that was. That was spooky. Right, let's change the option for the traffic and whack that up to 100. Okay, and let's just see what happens when we, oh gosh, it's got to load in. Look at that. That can't be good, can it? It almost did it automatically last time. So let's now turn around. My frames are jumping a lot more than they were before. Scenery looks nice though. Clouds are looking a lot better. Look at that scenery down there. Oh gosh. So let's fly over the exact same spots. It should now be buzzing with planes, and my frames should drop. They have dropped a little bit, but I think now we're going to see. Here we are. Look, it's all kicking in now. Oh my gosh, there's planes everywhere. Oh my gosh, let's go down and have a look now. Now a lot more planes have kicked in. There's like one at every terminal now, and there's cargo there, I think. Looks like UPS cargo. Right down there. KLM Monarch, which I believe is an airline that doesn't run anymore. Canada. EasyJet. My frames are really on like 12 at the moment. Oh gosh. Flybe. Look at that. There's just planes everywhere. So let's now change that to 40, I think, and see what happens. Frames have shot right back up immediately. We're on the 30s, so I might even change it again. Now evidently, I think we should come in for a landing, I think, because evidently the longer you wait with this traffic package, the sort of things start happening, you know. So it's like planes begin taking off and landing. Let's try and land. Actually, let's do the dodgiest landing ever here on the rest of this runway. We should be all right with it because oh gosh, it's got quite a bit of runway and we don't need that much to take off with. Here we go. Oh gosh, this is going to be hard. I didn't realize I was going over about 100 miles an hour then. Okay, so float it down. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So, if we go to the end of this runway, and we'll just turn around, okay? So if we do, oh gosh, pumping the brakes a bit. If we just sort of turn around now, and just have a watch, things should, oh hello, truck walking across there. Like, so if we just wait here for just a moment, the parking brake, planes should start taking off now. Here we go, look. Planes are, I don't know why it's doing that. Get him with the plane. He's about to take off. Ryanair over there isn't doing anything. But yeah, so like before when we were here, there were literally no planes at all. And it does, the textures do drop out and go back in again. Nothing we can really do about that, I suppose. But it's now a bit more of a bustly airport, and to be honest, the textures are passable. I feel like that's okay textures. That is, it's not PMDG level aircraft, but it's passable. It's okay in my book, and it makes the airport a little bit more. I'll tell you what I would like to see though. I'd like to see old retro air covers, airline covers on these planes. Um, but so far, that's what our sim looks like. The sky now. The next update is going to be the Rex environment. So the textures on the runway may change. The textures on the taxiways may change. I do believe the grass will get an update. In fact, I'll even install. No, I won't install it on this one. So it's going to be Rex environment in the next update, and we'll come back to Birmingham, and we'll go to our other airfield, and we'll see what it looks like after this new update. There's a truck going off now. So thanks for watching this one. Again, if you got any comments to where you'd like to see me fly, leave them in the comment section below, and we'll start flying that. In fact, next week I should be flying the flight plan, because I have had a load of people recommend places to go in the C152. In about a month's time, I should be maybe a bit longer, maybe actually I'd say about a month. Next month we'll be flying a different plane. I'll load up my BAC 111, so which means we can do some short hops, and we'll go for that, and I'll let you know in a few weeks when that happens. But thanks for watching these videos. I really appreciate you guys and your comments and your likes. And take care, and I'll see you again, guys. Bye.